Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Mind the Moments Thursday morning mindfulness session brought to you by Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare and Tufts Health Plan. And this is a place where we invite experienced mindfulness instructors to speak with us about what mindfulness means to them and to process as a community how we can incorporate these practices into our daily lives. So I am Suzanne Rowe Palacino, and I'm delighted to be here as always on Thursdays with Tara Healey, founder and director of Harvard Pilgrim's mindfulness program. Good morning, Tara.
Good morning, Suzanne. Thank you for that nice intro, and great to be with all of you this morning. And today I'm just going to lead us in a body scan, and we'll kind of end with a concentration practice. So using breath or sound or something else to help anchor and ground attention. So that's what we'll do this morning. But I will kick it off first with a question for all of you. And Suzanne and I were on earlier and just chatting a bit about this week, and that I think Monday, Cyber Monday, and Tuesday was Giving Tuesday. And I know ZNet, if any of you were on Tuesday, that ZNet did a practice related to that and to generosity. And so I want to kind of continue that theme a little bit. And my question for everyone is, what are some non-traditional ways of giving? So, you know, as I've been thinking myself just about gift giving this season, you know, there are some ways when you hear the word gift, you know, but what are some things you can actually do that are not less traditional? And Suzanne, let's start with you. I'm actually, let's open the chat first.
Yeah, so everyone go ahead to the bottom of the screen and click on the chat. And then you have an opportunity to click the drop down that says everyone, if you'd like to see everyone's comments as they come in.
Yeah.
And yeah, so.
Nice, they're coming in. But Suzanne, yeah, you, and then, well, yeah.
Yeah, so non-traditional ways of giving. I do, you know, I know we were discussing this on prior to, but I do like to smile at folks, you know, especially if it's like a colder day, or, you know, if I have extra time where I'm not rushing, which sometimes we're rushing and we don't notice other folks, but it's so, it's sometimes one sees people that might look a little, you know, more closed, and the minute they smile, it's like they look like a totally different person. So that can be very, I feel like I'm giving, but I'm receiving a lot more. So
yeah,
no,
that's really nice. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think just like the capacity to just, you know, really be present for another person. And the other thing that I randomly will do is just wish people well, like as I see them on the street, or whether I know them or not, just, you know, sending well wishes and just remembering our shared humanity, that everyone has a story, and remembering to be kind. You know, there's a saying the Dalai Lama says, he says, be kind whenever possible. It's always possible. Mm-hmm. So even when we're provoked or moody or angry, we have the capacity to see that and to work with it. So let's see what folks are saying.
Yeah.
Time
listening. Gift of experience. That's something as well that we're doing as a family. So that's really nice, rather than material things. And clean or other chores. Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
And that someone's mentioned the gift of attention. And you were mentioning that as well. I love that. And that someone has said that that's the ultimate gift of love, when you give that gift of attention.
Yeah, it is the ultimate. It is. I think that's really true. And because I think we live in this fractured society, and we are, you know, tempted so often by our devices and by social media. I feel like this is where the practice of mindfulness can really support us too, so that we can see those habits and those patterns with more clarity, and then make a more conscious choice that is in alignment with how we want to be in the world. You know, it's
So true. So true.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And just taking that extra breath before responding in most instances is going to bring a more wise response.
yes, yes. Yeah, it's so interesting because I notice that anytime I feel an impulse to act quickly, I need to really pay attention to that, you know, and I don't always, and sometimes I get it wrong, but that to watch that impulse and then just let the impulse be guided by awareness, by mindfulness. And sometimes it does mean acting quickly, but you're doing it with more awareness rather than, you know, reactivity.
Yeah. Offering a break to a family member who is a caregiver for an
Yeah,
elderly parent. Oh,
yeah,
that's wonderful.
it is. Yeah, the
Listening.
gift of time and presence and listening, and you know, all of these things are very deeply connected and mean a lot. You know, they mean more than a new sweater for sure. Or
Wow. Yeah, definitely.
yeah,
It's a great way to think about this week. I really love this idea. So
yeah. Yeah, so we'll do, you know, let's go ahead and move into practice, and then we'll save some time toward the end for more discussion, questions, conversation. All right.
good.
So, you know, the posture that you take is not, it doesn't matter. You want to take a posture that feels like it's going to serve you best this morning. If you feel especially tired, you might want to stand. Sitting is fine. Lying down's okay too, but sleepiness can set in pretty quickly. So I usually, that one um, might be less helpful this morning. And your eyes can be open or closed. So you want to feel easy and whatever is going to serve you best. So open or closed eyes, and whatever posture you're in, go ahead and take 2 deep breaths on your own and see if you can make the exhalation double the length of the inhalation. And settle into the posture that you've chosen, you know, to the degree that you're able to settle the body. So surrendering your weight into the support of the surface, maintaining a spine that is straight but not stiff. Allow the body to soften and release around the upright spine. And then begin to notice the points of contact with either the soles of the feet or the back of the body if you're sitting. Just know the posture that you're in, aware of how the body is in this particular posture. And notice the micro movements that are required to keep you upright. Continuing with a wide angle lens of attention over the whole body. Just what are the kind of sensations that you happen to be noticing from your activity so far this morning? You know, so what are you aware of? Go ahead and include sound in the room that you're in, or perhaps outside of the room. So just widening that focus of attention to include the room and outside of the room. And just receiving sound. And Bringing the awareness back in, allowing sound to remain as it will in the background. And moving from whole body awareness, beginning to narrow that focus of awareness on either breath sensation or another body sensation. So you can just simply track your breathing. So as you track the in-breath and the out-breath, where in your body is that sensation strongest, that feeling? Where is that the strongest? So tracking the in and the out-breath. Or perhaps there's something else that is easier for you this morning, and that could be the palms of the hands resting on the top of the thighs. It could be another point of contact, either the soles of the feet or the back of the body. And just simply each time the mind wanders, which it will a bunch of times, we're not trying to stop that. We're just seeing that when we've engaged in a memory, a story, a narrative, we just simply, as soon as we notice that, it's actually a moment of mindfulness because you are aware and awake and you see what's happening. You can simply say, oh, thinking, and gently return to whatever you're using to help steady and calibrate attention. We just do this over and over again, just like lifting weights. You're working against the resistance of the weight to build strength and flexibility in the body. You're just doing repetitions. And in meditation, instead of a weight, that you can think of thoughts as the weight. You see that you're thinking and you return to your anchor. Return to that which is stabilizing your attention. And just doing that over and over again. Noticing where the mind is and returning to your anchor. Noticing where the mind is. And gently escorting the attention back to your anchor. And as we bring this practice to a close, may we be peaceful and at ease. May our heart be soft and open. May we be safe and protected, and our body healthy and strong. And may the benefit of our practice today be for the benefit of others, of all beings everywhere. And if your eyes were closed, you can allow the eyes to open. You can also take a moment to just stretch a bit. And so we have about 9 minutes for Q&A and, or just observations of your practice this morning, or questions or anything at all.
Well, thank you, Tara.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Wonderful practice this morning. I was also, when we were speaking earlier about gift giving, I love that subject. I want to turn to some of these comments though first. are there any go-to resources that you use for on-demand meditations? I can add that I love the app, the Insight Timer,
Yep. Yep.
as well as 10% Happier. Those are my two favorites.
Those are really, really great. Headspace is also really good. So those, and anybody in the community that wants to respond, please. We also have a bunch of YouTube recordings. And so, please, go to our YouTube. I don't know, Suzanne, if you want to put that in the chat.
Sure.
But it's, Harvard Pilgrim or Mind the Moment. I think it's under Mind the Moment.
Yeah.
And we have lots of short ones. So great. Yeah. And harvardpilgrim.org/mindfulness. If you go there, there's many, many resources. Oh, and the Mind the Moment SoundCloud channel. Yes.
I'll also put in here, my alma mater, UCLA, has a free app as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so someone's putting in dhamma.org, and that's the Insight Meditation Society. That's where I have been practicing for close to 25 years. So I go annually, and it's a wonderful place. So I highly recommend that.
Yeah. There are so many resources. I'm glad you asked that question because, and it's true. If you go back to the UC or the Harvard Pilgrim page that I sent, has YouTube links from, the entire last year plus. I mean, Tara did a lot of sessions with a number of scholars in the mindfulness world. And there's a number of different meditations in there. So that's a great resource.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And they're short, and also on the SoundCloud channel, like there's short meditations. These are not, long drawn out practices. These are things that you can do in, 5 minutes or 10 minutes.
Yeah. So what you were mentioning earlier about the giving opportunities that we have that are different. One other thing that I do and within my family is we give to the kids, but the adults, we choose a charity for each group of adults, each household, and then we just give in their name to a charity.
Nice. Which
has been really nice. And we sometimes we'll do every year the same charity if that person's connected to it, but
yeah.
So yeah. Oh yes. And yeah, there are a number of different apps. Switching back to what we were speaking with earlier on the chat.
And Tammy's putting here too, there's a free call-in meditation line in Spanish and English on the Mind the Moment page. Yeah, so we have quite, just within Harvard Pilgrim, our Mind the Moment program has a pretty extensive resources for continued practice. And as Suzanne said, also, just some good conversation. So Dr. Judd Brewer has been on as a guest. Sarah Lazar has been on as a guest. So we're so lucky here in the Northeast. We have access to quite a few scholars. Yeah.
I know there's a mention as well, the Spanish and English. There's also, I know, an app for the Black experience called Liberate that I wanted to mention as well.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah. And Leslie is curating a variety of resources for positive well-being. So look forward to sharing. We look forward to hearing about it.
Yeah.
because that's the thing that I think, you know, what Leslie's doing feels really important, because there's so much out there, and how do we kind of narrow the focus a bit so it's not so overwhelming, and also so we know that these resources have been vetted and they're reliable. So everything we're telling you has definitely been vetted by me or someone in our program, and we're really careful about that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true.
Loretta's talking about tapping, which is, yeah, really, really interesting practice.
And just one other resource from Harvard Pilgrim is the Facebook page. You know, I don't know if folks are still doing the whole Facebook thing, but there's a Living Well at Home Facebook page that I can put into the chat, where even Loretta, I'm sorry, Leslie, if you wanted to share some of those resources at.
Yes, yes, please. Living Well at Home is that great. It's right there. And please post, join and post. Would be really interested in the tapping app. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And other stuff. Like this is what this community is all about, you know, really sharing things that we come across that we think have been really helpful.
Yeah, Loretta, you mentioned a program on resilience in the time of COVID. I'm wondering which one you attended. If you could give a little bit more detail on that, that would be great. Because
yeah,
I've heard about a few of those, but I'd love to know more about if that.
Yeah.
And one thing I noticed, I don't know if this is something that everyone can do on Zoom or not, but if you click on the chat, this is something I just realized the other day. If you click on the chat, and down at the bottom where it says everyone, there's 3 dots. If you click on that, and again, I don't know if this is something just for the facilitator, but it says you can save the chat.
Oh, I think it's just for you.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on another
I don't
Zoom.
know. I mean, I don't see. Yeah,
You don't see it? Okay. I was on another Zoom last night that I was able to save the chat, and it's just the chat for everyone, rather than sometimes folks will send something just directly to us. And
yeah, yeah. It's just you. You have the superpower.
Never realized that, but I'll take that through the day, Loretta.
Oh, okay. So Loretta is saying it was from a group called Integrated Health Matters.
Oh, okay.
That's great. Tammy's saying we can add the resources to the Facebook community. So Suzanne, save the chat.
I did, yes.
Oh, you did? Okay, since you have the superpower.
Yeah, you know, I'll do it again now that everybody's added a little bit more. So
yeah,
thank you to everyone. This has been great, just sharing all these resources, and
yeah,
I love the theme. Tara, you really jumped into this impromptu theme, which I think has just been really great for all of us. It's great to think about these times and think about the giving in so many different ways. So I appreciate the thoughts on
yeah. Thank you everybody for all of this feedback and really awesome resources. I'm just looking forward to learning from this community. So.
Yes, and do share if you've been happy with what you've seen here. Please do share it on your LinkedIn page or on your Facebook page. The Tuesday, Thursday sessions, they've been growing, and it's been really really great to see the growth in the community.
I know. It's really nice to see the numbers of people joining on Tuesday and Thursday. So thank you, and so happy you're all here.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And we will see you again on Tuesday, where Jackie Johnson will be back with us. So
nice.
I'm excited to have her back. She's got some great thoughts about her focus for that session. So thank you again for joining. Thank you, Tara.
Yeah.
Always leading us in a very nourishing and helpful practice. So we'll see you all next week.
Thanks everybody.
Okay. Thanks
I'll
for
see you next Thursday.
See you soon.
Okay.